And we're back. And that was a bad one. This looks like the... Did the stream totally reset? Now we're dropping frames after that. Yep, and the stream completely restarted it too. Well, this is unfortunate. So yeah, the stream actually got interrupted. It was a bad one, and we comes back and we end up having frame drops and everything. Of course, this is being monitored by Xfinity at the same time, so is pointing that out. $5.49. We got a good amount there. Didn't quite get 700, but so apparently there are levels of scores here that we have to try and do.
Whoa, not bad, Sonny. Not bad at all.
Main
this
Street
year might be
awaits.
Actually competitive for once.
Great! Main Street, here we go!
Yes! Well, after I move all those boxes out.
Should we help him?
Nope, I put them here and I'll take them back. Ah!
I think he's okay. He's so good at it.
Sure he is. Wait, did the crystal thing just vanish?
Welcome to Main Street, heart of the Maritime Bay, Phillies. Welcome, every pony. Do you want to see a fabulous spectacle? Sure.
Yes, we do.
Then you can't miss the Pip Pip Parade.
Pip Pip Hooray!
The whole town will be there. Yes, we'll be there to support you.
The Pip Pip
lots of
Parade.
glitter.
I get it.
And I wrote this really catchy song, super fresh. And the hook goes, sure, I'll be there. Just a fan.
Perfect. See you all there, Phillies.
I'll be around crafting decorations. See ya.
And I'll be standing guard at Town Park's entrance.
That's good to know. Audio has a bit of a weird cut in, cut out there. Not sure how necessary some of the loading screens are, but...
Play.
Wait. That pony has a... They have a cell phone. Okay.
I don't think they're gonna let me through.
That's a gang right there, and that's a big ass bunny. We're the amateur detective.
Ta-da!
Da-da.
Pots and seeds grow beautiful flowers of all
Hey,
colors.
redneck.
Costumes for Maritime Bay Day. Dress up in glow up.
Well,
To be honest with you, just tell me
doing
what
all
you
right.
say. If you didn't miss
We just had a bad stream interrupt, but Comcast, I was told, I spoke with one of the senior technicians at Comcast, Xfinity. They are actually going to be monitoring the lines and modem all weekend. I'm told not to reset it under any circumstances. So we had one stream interruption. It was documented. It broke the stream up into 2 parts, which is unfortunate, but well, other than that, I'm doing all right. Hopefully you're having yourself a fine day. Give me the thing. Thank you.
Phew!
Power went out earlier, but yeah, I'm good. Is waiting on coffee to make. What are you waiting on coffee to make for? It's like, what is coffee making?
Wow-wee, Main Street is looking real fancy, isn't it?
All right. You know, of all the heavy games and intense games I play, I was due to come across something that was just totally chill, and this certainly qualifies. Sit in the French press for a bit, then a little plunger in.
Paint! The best colors in Maritime Bay!
Hey! Where do you think you're going?
To the Pip Pip Parade.
Yeah,
Sir?
that's where we're
Wrong
going.
answer. Sunny Star Scout, right? You're automatically signed up for the Wings Flight Academy. You're listed as a rookie winged pony and have to begin your training ASAP.
But I barely know how to fly.
Well, that's the point, isn't it?
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes
First,
sense.
you have to test your skills on the ground with an obstacle course. Grab all the crystals in time if you want to earn your wings. Are you ready to train your skills?
All right. I mean, yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
He does not seem amused with my antics.
3, 2, 1, go!
We did it.
Well done, Cadet Star Scout. You got some moves after all. You've earned this. WINGS stands for the Wonderful Institute of No Gravity Skywalking. Cool, huh?
The Wonderful Institute of No Wing Skywalking. So shouldn't that be? We all know. I'm not even gonna overthink this. Who's crying?
Pip, what's wrong? What's wrong? Everything is wrong! My beautiful billboard has been destroyed! Nobody
I didn't do it.
My show like this!
Outrageous! Maritime Bay is not safe.
Who would do something like this?
Some pony is out there trying to ruin the event. We must find him.
And
Or
kill him.
her.
Or her?
No pony can be left unsuspected. Some pony had to see it happen. I need you to ask every last pony in this area.
I'll ask around.
We
Okay.
need more clues. Keep asking.
But I can't go that way. This shit.
The saboteur has a long blue mane.
A long blue mane. You know what,
Whoever did this has purple fur. Bridalwood silks and fashion!
Smoothies! Fruity and yummy smoothies!
how fruity and how yummy are they?
The factory is closed. It's under renovation.
Right. We can't go that way. There's some things in that box, but it's not letting me investigate it.
The suspect is a unicorn. Got all the clues. Gotta go talk to Sprout.
Well, we got clues. Not sure how helpful
Great
they are.
detective work. A unicorn with purple fur and a long blue mane, huh? I think it's clear who did this, Sonny.
Who?
No! Izzy would never do anything like that.
As a sheriff deputy, I'm afraid I'll have to arrest her.
What?
No, wait! I'll talk to her.
You better find her before I do.
You're right about that. I have to find her.
Izzy was back here.
Hey, Sonny, isn't Maritime Bay Day just the greatest?
Well, some pony messed with Pip's billboard.
Oh no, that's terrible. I have an idea. We can unicycle it.
Yes! That will prove you didn't do it.
I didn't do what?
Exactly.
What do we need?
We need paint. Lots of pink paint. Can you find some?
Paint? Got it!
Oh, hello. Were you looking for some paint?
Yep.
Yes! I need lots of pink paint.
Wonderful. And what do you have to trade?
Trade.
It's Maritime Bay Day. Money is not allowed. Only trade. It's bad for business, but it does lift the spirit.
Right.
Well, I wanted to be a Pegasus guard when I grew up. Having a shop is great, but if I could only try on one of those cool guard helmets. Maybe you could find one for me.
Pegasus guard helmet it is. I'll find one.
What? My helmet? No way! Find some pony else.
Pots and seeds grow beautiful flowers of all colors.
Ah, she.
What fabulous costume can I get for ya?
I'm looking for a guard helmet.
One's right there.
Guard helmet? Such a good choice, yes. I do have one, but
you want to trade.
it's the Maritime Bay Day. And all I'm asking for is a fabulous red flower.
Fabulous red flower?
Deal!
I'll get you one.
Okay, so what is the flower keeper gonna want?
You need a red flower?
I'll trade you anything.
I wish I could, but I traded my red flowers away. But I do have red flower seeds planted in these pots.
Well, I could use magic to grow them, if you're okay with it.
Instant growth.
More than okay. Please try it on these. Sweet.
Right. So we got the flower.
Gorgeous flower. Here, a brand new helmet, honey.
We got the helmet.
Liking this trading thing. Now to the paint shop.
Look at that helmet. Oh, let me try it on.
Looks good.
Doesn't it? For Equestria.
Well, it's a fashion choice.
For Equestria.
A trade is a trade. Here's the pink paint.
Perfect. We can fix the billboard now.
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Thank you so much, Sunny.
Anything for Maritime Bay Day.
I'll wait at the main melody. The crowd will flood in. Come, every pony. The show is about to start.
And that gives us 687.
Have you found Izzy yet?
Izzy hasn't done anything wrong.
We'll see about that. Something smells fishy here.
Well, you know what to say. Whoever smelt it, dealt it. And whoever supplied it, denied it. Alright, so nothing back that way. Although I suspect we'll be heading this way at some point.
Unicorns are tough to shop hats for. They pierce through them all.
That's true.
Sweet.
So sweet, man.
You can't go to Town Park until you get the Maritime Bay Day medal. In the meantime, Pip needs help with her show.
Well, at least it's telling me what I can and can't do.
Did you find out who ruined my billboards?
Actually, no.
No.
Oh well, it looks beautiful now. That's what matters. Sunny, the crowd is here, but something is missing. Primrose, my backup dancer. There can be no dance show with no dancer. Will you find her?
Sure. Where should I look?
Everywhere.
Sure. She likes hiding. And smoothies.
I'll find her.
Hiding near the
show
smoothies.
must go on.
Think I know exactly where they are. That's a charming little game.
Hey, is that you, Primrose?
Oh,
No, Primrose is gone. Cove.
It's you, Primrose.
Yes, it's me. But I can't go to the show.
Why not?
Why? Is something wrong?
Why can't she go to the show?
It's just that I have nothing pretty to wear.
You got a stylish scarf.
I'll find some clothes for you.
Would you do that for me? I need 3 pieces.
3? Consider it done.
You'll get so many compliments with this.
Clothes for the pony walk? Coming up.
Alright. Oh, okay.
For Pip's show, a very special piece.
I got them all. Time to bring them back to Primrose.
Just realized that's what T-Mobile. That's basically what that says. Z Heights, and that looks like T-Mobile. And I don't Zeus and Pony. So not sure exactly what those other ones are supposed to be parodying, but
Oh, you got them?
yep, we
Yes.
got them.
Now you can perform at the show.
But I can't. No, I can't.
Why
What?
not?
Why not?
Why not?
Cause what if he doesn't like these?
He who?
Who's he?
Hitch. Who else? Oh, he's so kind to every pony.
Redneck's
so
got his
thoughtful,
coffee.
So him.
Uh-huh. I see. But Hitch is not into fashion like that.
He's not. Are you sure?
Oh, we just met Hitch,
Nah,
but
he's
we're pretty
more into
sure.
herding bunnies and stuff like that.
I thought I would impress him looking my best on the pony walk, but I'm too shy.
Why? You shouldn't be. You're perfect just the way you are.
Am I?
Yes. All you need to be is you. You could just walk up to him and say, hi.
Oh, I don't know. I'd feel much better if I had an excuse to talk to him.
What if you casually had a smoothie to spare?
I guess that'd be a good excuse.
So we gotta get her a
He
smoothie.
loves pumpkin spice smoothies.
Could you get me one of those?
Yes, I'll be your smoothie operator. But my smoothie cart is in the shop. Where
The
can I find a
operator.
What?
Where can you find a smoothie now?
Hey there, my smoothie cart's cooler broke. Can you spot me a couple smoothies? I'll get you back.
Oh, sure. Sonny, you got it. What do you need?
Great. 2 pumpkin spice smoothies, please.
Oh, no. Can't make those. I ran out of pumpkin cream.
How can you
If
run
bring
out of
some
pumpkin
pumpkins, I'll
cream?
make them for you.
Okay, did I even? I don't even recall if I saw anything that looked like pumpkins. All right, everybody, keep on the eye out for pumpkins. Oh, found one.
Great. 2 more to go.
All right, so where are the pumpkins, man? What do you call the gaggle of bunnies? A gang. Or a cornucopia. Okay, so we got... Oh, are we really gonna be... Oh no, there's a second one.
Perfect. Just one more. I'm not done yet.
Okay. So clearly the pumpkin, the third pumpkin, is gonna be in the general vicinity. But where? Where is the pumpkin at?
I don't think they're gonna let me through.
Alright. Think, where is... Oh!
I got all the pumpkins.
I
Now to the smoothie shop.
totally didn't see it there.
One pumpkin spice smoothie coming right up.
Wait, we asked for 2 pumpkin spice smoothies.
Thank you so much.
It's just smoothies. Easy peasy.
Lemon
No.
squeezy!
Thank you for encouraging me to be myself.
It's always the best thing you can be. And remember, he loves bunnies.
Bunnies, yes. Can you take these clothes to Pip? She'll find a better use for them than me.
Sure thing.
Hey, Mac,
She
how's it
knows
going,
her
sir?
fashion.
Hey! I promised that I was gonna be... You're at work? Hopefully you're having a good day at work. But hey, I promised several weeks ago, when I discovered this game existed, that we were gonna stream it. Too bad the stream got broken up thanks to Xfinity, but they're gonna be monitoring the situation, and anytime we have a stream break or something, they should be able to detect it, because they say they're going to use... like their monitoring tools. So... only problem is I won't be able to just straight up reset the modem until after the fact.
Clothes? But I need a dancer for the show. And now you need me to find a dancer for you, right? No, I have the perfect dancer right in front of me. Well, You'll be fabulous! Are you ready to dance? It's showtime, Philly! Get dressed! There's no time to waste. Fillies and gentlecoats! Welcome to the Pip Pip Parade, Maritime Bay Day edition. First, we have to dress up. Pick the most fabulous outfit from the menu. Press this button to put it on. Press these buttons or move to the sides to see other accessories. Press this button when you're ready to glow up.
I think we can rock with that.
Three, two, one, go!
This is a thing. I wasn't expecting that. I screwed some of that up. Oh, that was a thing. Charming. Actually, that's in a way that's actually great practice when we get to the Persona dancing games, which have similar controls. So yeah, we like it, even if I do have to concentrate fairly hard.
Look at those moves, Sunny. I didn't know you had it in you.
Neither did I. You were a good dance instructor.
As token of appreciation, here you go. The Maritime Bay Day badge!
Oh, we were going to need
now
it,
you're
Dad.
ready to go to Town Park and herd those bunnies. Maritime Bay Day keeps growing on me.
How does dancing apply to the,
Look for magic mirrors! Use them with this button to dress up for any occasion.
Alright. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Student universe. Hey, we got a trophy! Hats unlocked. Student universe, American Family Insurance, Coke Studio, Dick's Sporting Goods. Thanks, Redneck.
Hey, Sunny! Wanna dance some more? Sure, why not?
Oh, so this was just optional? Oh, let's just do that again.
3, 2, 1, go!
Bum, 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 bum. See, I'm literally looking at the right-hand side of the screen, so I can't even look at the chat. Damn, we made one mistake. Drop it down. Bam, 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 bam. Well, did better. But literally, it's looking at the right-hand side of the screen, so I'm assuming having to just drop it into that last spot there, but yeah. Again, we like it. Like, gotta appreciate, just having those a nice chillaxing game. We just thug it out. We're glowing up.
Look at you! Maritime Bay Day badge and all! You look ready for some buddy hurting, don't you? Let's go to Town Park.
Something's going on with that thing. Is like, what's going on with it? The mystery is right there.
And here we are! Everything ready for the herding? What?
Are you okay?
Look! My billboard!
Doesn't look so bad.
Look at my deed! It's sabotage! We have to do some detective work, don't we?
Who would want to ruin Maritime Bay Day so bad?
Did I hear detective work? I love detecting. Got a solid PI resume.
Shouldn't you be at the flight university?
Every pony is more into tanning, it seems. And we must find those
How does a pony
witnesses,
tan?
which is way more fun. Ask around. Some pony must have seen it happen.
Ugh. Okay, I'll investigate.
Well, I see apples.
Ta-da!
I'm already seeing things that's going to be important.
Fruits are so tasty this season.
I'm already seeing that a major jump is going to be required. Speaking of major jumps, guys, we got high. Alright, so let's speak.
A short pink and blue mane?
Short pink and blue mane. Wow, can't jump over that.
Whoever did this is a Pegasus. Strange.
A Pegasus? Dude is waving at something. I do not know what. He's hammering away.
Pumpkins! Tasty and decorative!
Mmm, pumpkins. Okay, who did I not... Oh.
The suspect has bright white fur. That's all the clues, but... I
Wait.
gotta help Hitch fix his not-so-terrible billboard.
Wouldn't that be Primrose? I mean, I'm trying to learn these ponies' names, but...
We have all the clues. Perfect. But that description...
Oh, that's him.
That's you, Zip!
I
Yeah.
wasn't even here.
Aha! Pegasi can easily fly away from the crime scene. I'm afraid I'll have to arrest you.
No, you won't. Sorry.
Ah! Criminal at large! We have to prevent Maritime Bay from these attacks. I'll warn the citizens of the imminent danger.
Something tells me
Something
Sprout's an
doesn't add
ass.
up. Why would my friends do any of this?
Yeah, it looks like
I
the
guess
elements
I
are
should
harmony
get
are in
that billboard
flux.
fixed.
I kinda like the horns on Hitch. It's quite a work of art.
Yeah, but I think we should unicycle it a bit.
Really?
Yeah. What do we need?
A bunch of yellow paint would be a good start.
All right, I'll get some.
And I can already tell fruit is going to be needed.
Yellow paint? I could trade you some, yeah. I'm making this fruit salad, but I need some ingredients.
What do you need?
Apples,
Could
pears,
you fetch
pumpkins.
me some apples and pears?
I'll go get them.
Alright. Question is, how do I get up there?
Great! One more to go.
Oh no, we actually came close to that. Maybe this time it right? No, need more of some sort of boost.
Great! Now back to the paint shop.
Beautiful fruits. And now, the most important one. A big pumpkin to mix it all.
Had a
A
feeling
real
of
big
it.
one.
Fun! Giant pumpkin it is.
Aw, Sonny, I'd give you my biggest pumpkin, but it's still growing. Could you use your magic on it?
Grow it big and it's all yours.
Phew! Ta-da! Great! Just a little bit more. Oops. That is massive.
That's a big
How
pumpkin.
am I supposed to roll this back?
Hoofness gracious. That's some pumpkin, Philly. Thanks, I guess.
It's a big
Here,
pumpkin.
You've earned it. Paint away.
Oh, and that actually gives me the ledge.
Great! Back to the billboard.
Okay, so that works out there. Haha.
Wowzies! A true work of unicycling art!
Much better. You did make me look pretty good, huh?
It wasn't easy.
Hey, well, thank you all the same.
Or at least he realized he was insulted. Ba-ba-ba. Hiya! Just break those kicks down. Alright, we got the helmets unlocked. Sheriff's Apprentice. Alright, so that's where I need to go. Like, find all the things.
Awesome!
That's a collectathon.
Play.
So, yeah, okay. A good massive chunk.
Ah, Cadet Star Scout. I heard of you.
You already knew me, Zoom. Remember?
Unimportant details, Cadet. You're here for
I thought those
a
would
review
be
of
very
your
important
motor skills.
details.
My what?
What skills?
Prowess in the advanced obstacle course. Are you ready?
I guess so.
Let's see how you do. 3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, not bad.
Well, 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 I'm impressed. We might make a high flyer of you after all.
How high a flyer we're
Here's your
talking?
reward.
Hey, those are my rollerblades. I was looking for them.
You are most welcome.
Well, thanks.
Wait, if these were her rollerblades.
You can equip your rollerblades by pressing this button. If you want to slow down, you can take them off with this button.
Something odd is happening with the animals.
How
3
odd?
crabs have crawled out of the beach all the way here. Could you herd them here so I can keep an eye on them? Unlike how bunnies hop away from you, crabs will follow you around instead. You need to avoid puddles of mud. Crabs love hiding in them.
All right.
Come on, Sonny. I need those crabs.
Dude, I was off exploring. Looks like some of these unlock under certain conditions. Don't get all 3 in one shot? I am the crab herder.
What one? That makes 3.
Awesome, Sonny. You are pretty good at this. And these crabs gave me an idea.
Ah.
What idea could he
The
possibly
moment has
have?
finally arrived. Welcome to the brand new Bunny and Crab Herding Classic. The more bunnies and crabs you herd into the goals, the higher your score will be. Crabs will hide in the mud puddles. Watch out for those. Are you ready? Great! But there's no way you'll ever beat my record.
We shall see, buddy.
Well, he just started it. Like, how can you already have a record if it just started?
3, 2, 1, go!
Okay, crabs go... Okay. Out you go. And you guys go out this one. Say, vamos, you little varmints. Sweet. And we're back. Kind of. Well, we're back. Pulling up Twitch Inspector, so that was a bunch that happened all at once. So, yeah, that was a thing. Well, we got 570. Ah. Not bad there. And the thing is, I couldn't even type anything in the chat after I said third time.
Whoa, Sonny, that was pretty good.
You're impressed?
Me?
What do you mean he's not impressed?
All right, maybe I'm a tiny bit impressed.
You better be impressed.
I knew it.
Sheriff Hitch, there's yet another terrible threat to the town.
Threat? What is it this time?
Furious rabbits have ganged up in Main Street. They're blocking the entrance to Beach Cove.
I'll go check, but it can't be that serious.
Oh, it is very serious, Sheriff Hitch.
You know, I think
Can you go check, Sonny? I'll catch up to you.
I bet this
Sheriff
red
Hitch.
pony is our villain here.
I should head back to Main Street and see about those bunnies.
Pro herder. Fix the bridge, man. Fix the bridge. Wait, was that just a complete cycle round? It was.
Wrong way! Main Street is in the opposite direction.
What do you mean it was in the opposite direction? Ubico, Pixie, Milkshakes, Prey on Hulu, Horizon.
I should head back to Main Street and see about those bunnies.
Do you realize that they actually have a little helmet on? Which is awesome. Yeah, it's that Predator spin-off show.
Play.
All right, 1930. Well, we're doing a fair job of finding all the gems.
citizens of Maritime Bay, there is no reason to be alarmed.
Be alarmed. Be terrified.
These are truly scary times. There's not one, no, but at least 2 criminals in town. We are looking into the case, but all I can share for now is that the criminals are not from Maritime Bay, since neither of them is a respectable Earth pony.
Yeah, this guy's the problem.
No reason to be alarmed, but watch out at all times.
Yeah, we found our villain.
I'm scared.
We can't let this happen again. We'll take the criminals to justice.
Those bunnies blocking the entrance to Beach Cove are up to no good.
You know, it's weird though. They have the captions on this, but the captions are so blend in so much with the game. It's like, what's the point of the caption? Because I can barely see them. It's a total game.
Every pony, calm down. What's happening?
That's every bunny.
What are they saying?
They say, rah,
His
rah,
name
rah,
is
rah,
Marcel,
rah.
and he has requests. He says they've hijacked the road and won't budge until they get what they want.
What do they want?
And what do they want?
He demands an extra fresh smoothie. Can you find one of those? I'll keep an eye on them.
They want a smoothie?
Extra fresh smoothie coming right up.
It's like, no wonder he's huge.
Extra fresh, huh? Of course, but they are delicate. You'll have to deliver it fast, or it'll go to waste before you can say hoofness.
Hoofness.
Are you ready for it?
Let's go!
3, 2, 1, go!
Really? Who put all these boxes out here all of a sudden?
What? Another demand? Now he wants a pair of cool shades?
Cool shades? Ugh.
Well,
Okay.
Who was selling the shades? Oh, right. Okay, who had the shades? All right, time to follow the butterfly. Must be a well, clearly it would have been closer than one would have assumed. Oh.
Oh, it's you again. You want a pair of sunglasses, huh? Easy. I managed to ruin your flower. Can you grow it back?
Sure.
How exactly did they ruin a flower?
Awesome.
Thank you. Here.
All right, you can go now. He says he has one last request.
One last request?
3 balloons? What for? Okay, fine. 3 balloons. Yep.
3 balloons it is. I'm on it.
Alright, 3 balloons.
One balloon. 2 more to go.
Alright, we're looking for the balloons. We gotta find the balloons. Alright, question is...
Only one left. Where have I seen this one before?
Alright. Running back down the opposite way. Alright. Alright. Oh, right.
And 3. I'll go take these to him.
It was right there. It was right there all along. Damn, I'm blind.
And that's it, you extortionist.
He's flying.
Did he really just leave his friends behind?
Yes, he
I
did.
don't think he has any real friends, Sonny.
Well, you can always count on us guys.
Hey, he flew. He didn't. He had to take off.
I should probably
The
check Zip's flight
negotiator. As in, Wilbur. You know, Clint Eastwood appeared on an episode of Mr. Ed.
Welcome to Wings, Maritime Bay's famous flight school.
Some pony is excited.
This was all my mom's idea. Don't ask me to be ecstatic about it.
Be ecstatic
Well,
about it.
Apparently, I'm a cadet now.
Yeah, I see you passed the early tests. You're almost ready to fly. Talk to Thunder and Zoom for your last assignments. And we'll see if you can beat me in a real race.
I'm going pretty fast already. Can't back off now.
We'll see, Cadet. I'll wait for you by the takeoff runway.
I'm so going to earn those wings.
Pop over here. We got the llama. Putting things in, finding the stuff.
Ta-da!
You know, we unlock something new. It's like, you know, might as well equip it, right? It's like, super chill games are super chill. Okay. It's automatic. Oh, we unlocked something else. Ooh, yeah. That actually looks like derpy hooves. I know it's not, but it's the same color scheme. Well, you know what? We unlocked this thing. We unlocked something, so we're gonna bounce back. Ooh, that doesn't match with the... Alright, so that doesn't completely match.
Look who's here! Cadet Star Scout. This is the final obstacle. One step closer to new heights. Are you ready to take the high-speed challenge?
Yes.
I'm ready, sir.
That's the spirit! 3, 2, 1, go!
Go, 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 go! Oh boy. Yeah, we approached it from the wrong angle. Didn't realize. I will want to run that one again.
Done, Cadet. Here's your reward. I hope you fly better than the last one. He kept falling into the ocean.
Falling into the ocean? Seems rough, man. It's been put together quite nicely. We unlock some more sunglasses.
If there's a criminal, we'll be watching closely.
How closely?
But the criminals seem to be a unicorn and a Pegasus. How can I know you won't protect your own, huh?
Being a Pegasus was not a crime last time I checked.
All Pegasi and unicorns are suspects, sir.
What's going on?
Somebody dropped
Another
Sprout on
act
his
of
head.
Vandalism.
The Flight Academy mural has been vandalized.
I see.
Yes, we must.
Find the
The witnesses. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, sure. I'll ask around.
I mean, once you realize Sprout in and of himself, he's a borderline racist.
I'm not against any pony, but I love painting signs.
Wow, really? Like no wings? We're a Star Scout. Here we go after all the things. Alright. They buried him. He looked so amused.
Babette, where are you?
Awesome! My followers loved the parade. You rocked their hooves off.
Well, if you're gonna rock anything, might as well rock some hooves, right? Alright, where, impressive hopscotching. Oh, we got wings. Red Bull will give you... So, Sunny is cosplaying as an alicorn.
Pink fur this time.
The suspect is a Pegasus, and then their wings fell off.
So it's not a Pegasus.
The pony had a purple mane. Got all the clues, but you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, it's an Earth pony. Whose wings fell off.
Good detective work. Does it match any pony you know?
Maybe. But a witness found these fake wings.
Oh, how could I? I mean...
How could I?
criminal lose something like that.
Aha!
In any case, good detective work, Sonny. I'll confiscate those wings as proof.
I think I'll hold on to them, just in case.
Yeah, good idea. Keep it up. We are in danger.
Sprout seems to be hiding something.
Oh. Okay, we're looking for...
Why is every pony so irritable today? Ugh. Sprout thinks you could have messed up Zip's mural. What? That's absurd. I'd never get my hooves dirty like that. That's a solid alibi, I suppose. Just try not to call too much attention, okay? But that's what I like doing the most.
Yeah, that's totally out of character.
It's so beachy down here. What's going on?
A lot. Got places to be and billboards to fix.
Alrighty. We're gonna need a bunch of paint then. That sign's huge.
Pippers are loving my Maritime Bay Day pics.
Pip.
You want some paint, huh? Sure thing. Bring me a cool floaty and it's yours.
Cool floaty? You got it.
A cool floaty. So, where am I going to find a clue? I'm going to choose somewhere along the beach here. Trying an extension?
Oh, hey. Have you seen my pet crab around? Her name is Babette.
If I find her, can I have your floaty?
Oh, sure. I just got it in case I had to go in the water to find my baby.
Don't you worry. I'll find her.
Alright, we're looking for a crab. Like it's gonna bite my tail off, man.
Babette! Baby, you're back. Thank you so much. As promised, here you go.
Thank you.
Oh, that's a good one. Here's your paint.
Great, now back to that billboard.
Back to the billboard of boardiness. Totally been fixed.
You're getting pretty good at this.
Couldn't have done it without you, friend.
Alright.
Play.
We're at... There's like another 200 some odd magic bits there. Okay.
Sunny, that bunny gang has scattered around the cove. They are hopping all over the takeoff runway. Herd them out of there and bring them here so the race can start.
Come on, you. Back this way. Drop kick it.
Sweet.
Sunny, those bunnies need some herding. Help them out of there.
Look, I can't help it that I want to explore.
Mission accomplished, cadet. Here's a token of appreciation. Watch out up there. You could fall into the ocean.
It's like, I could fall into the ocean. But will I? Huh. Inner tube. Drop kick. Technically, I am. Oh, that's exactly where I needed to go. But there's still more things to collect. We're going after all the stuff, man. All the stuff.
Ta-da!
Wait. There was another. Where was that mirror at? It was over here. We're so fashionable. So I'm assuming this is story related. I'm assuming, as is this.
Welcome to the final race, blah blah blah. You won't be able to beat me anyway. But as long as you don't fall into the ocean, you'll pass the test. Are you ready, Sunny?
You bet.
Do we got a choice
Saddle
there?
up then.
But she's an earth pony. I'm just curious as to how the heck is this supposed to work?
3, 2, 1, go!
Dodge obstacles. Okay. Oh. Else. Whoa. I miss. It's almost like this thing is destined. We made it! And we did a fairly good job there too. So, okay, that worked out.
This is really fun!
Right? I mean, yeah. Well done. You earned your wings. Congratulations. In the name of the royal family!
Well, he's falling down.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh yeah!
Wait a second, who's that?
Pony overboard!
That's my cue to go.
Zip, are you okay?
I've been better.
Magic failed for some reason.
Pegasi shouldn't even be in Maritime Bay.
I'm sure a unicorn did it. They're dangerous.
Everything is going according to plan.
Sprouts a
Sprout?
dick.
Is that you?
No, it's not me.
He's going back to Main Street. I'll catch him.
Like, it's all Sprout's fault. Can you believe it? I'm shocked. I am shocked and appalled. Where did the magic go?
Play.
Unicorns are not welcome here.
There he went! I need to disperse the crowd somehow. If I could just call their attention all at once. I need to find higher ground.
Unicorns are not welcome here.
I think we need to get up there.
I only listen to ponies talking from raised platforms and the like.
Pegasi, go home! Pegasi, go home!
Oh, we got all the neck ones.
Unicorns are not welcome here.
Pegasi, go home! Pegasi, go home!
Jump.
Pegasi, go home!
Alright, we made it.
Go home!
Unicorns are not welcome here.
Every pony stop! You belong Can't you see this is not who you are? Pegasi and unicorns. They have the same hooves and hearts and dreams as you. They're not strangers.
Totally,
They're
man.
our neighbors and friends. Together, Pegasi, unicorns, and earth ponies brought back magic and made us all happier.
I do like magic.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, like it's easy.
Magic! Magic!
Oh, friendship is magic, don't you know?
Some pony is threatening magic, and we'll catch him together.
The pony on the high platform speaks truth.
Yes!
Let's bring magic back.
Great line reads there.
Can't give up now. I need to chase Sprout.
Okay, so 1872 for the next one, 1807 for the next sunglasses. That leaves. Well, clearly that's not the way.
Hey, Sunny.
Sprout has gone into the old Canter Logic factory. We have to chase him out.
But every pony in town hates us now. Why bother?
It's all a mistake. We are all friends.
We just have to catch Sprout, and he'll explain it to every pony.
But we can't fly in without magic. It was nice being here for a while, but we should probably go back to Zephyr Heights with Mom. A place where ponies don't hate us.
This is not right. We need to fix this.
We have to do something, but how can we get past the gate?
I'll look around. There might be something.
Like, pick the lock, ram it.
Sunny, should I leave town too? Maybe it's for the best.
No! There must be a way to pass
Hey
the
James, how's it going? Happy Friday to you as well.
Thank you for trying, Sunny.
But it's too late. It's never too late to help a friend.
You know, I'm gonna say this right now. As someone who was a fan of the My Friendship is Magic era of the show, this is not a bad little game. Totally chill, totally relaxed, and an anonymous cheerer cheering anonymously. Thank you very much for that. 1, 2, 300 biddies. Yes, we break out count for that.
I don't like breaking the law. But if you found a way to jump that fence, I could look the other way.
Jumping the fence. Awesome!
All right. Let's see here. Kick the. I like the fact that it's back kick the button.
If I took this ramp really fast, the rollerblades!
Well, she made it. I mean, I was due to find like a super chill game at some point. And this game is definitely the definition of super chill. Aim back.
3, 2, 1, go! Jump with this button to dodge the traps, if you can.
Rude.
Sonny, the bunnies will slow him down, but watch out yourself!
The bunnies are on the loose. Wow. Damn it.
We will distract him, Sonny! Catch him!
Magic or not, we couldn't leave our friends behind.
Yeah.
Tackle!
Why won't you ever stop?
Never stop. Well, he
I
dead.
was gonna say the same thing.
It's like he didn't let. Great way for that chase to end there. I thought we was gonna like tackle him or something.
You.
Hey, it's okay. We are not going to hurt you.
Much.
Not?
No.
I'm not, but they
We
are.
just want things to go back to normal.
But that's what I want. The last months have been so weird and overwhelming. So much magic and strange ponies everywhere. I just...
Sprout, change is hard. I'm normally not fond of things I can't control either.
But sometimes change is a good thing, and it brings the best out of us if we open our hearts to it.
Zip, your wings!
Magic is coming back.
Some changes are great, like a little touch of makeup.
Or glitter.
Or like making a new friend.
I guess I was being a little overdramatic, wasn't I?
Look, considering
So,
that hair.
You're not mad at me?
Buddy,
Oh,
as long as peace is back in Maritime Bay.
We'll all be friends.
And friendship is still magic.
Hey, Sprout!
He
I
said
have
the
an idea
thing.
that'll cheer you up.
No, 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 no.
Let's dance!
oh, credit sequence. Wait a second. I didn't even find all the collectible items. All right. That's a bit odd, but like, wait a second. Where are the rest of the collectibles? All right. That's highly peculiar. So we'll get the tour updated. All right, chat box, check commands.
You can continue exploring Maritime Bay all you want. Enjoy the mini games again, and collect the missing magic bits.
Okay, I was about to say I better get like an opportunity to get all the items and stuff. $1878, and all right, so there's like what 50 some odd remaining. Stylish. Wow, wonder how. Okay, one of those things is missing.
Play.
I thought I was being pretty thorough here. Okay, so we got all the ones here. So there were a bunch I clearly missed, and I'm not exactly sure how or where, because I could have sworn I was. All right. Unless they are tied to the mini games. If they are, that probably makes the most sense. Have to get like the best score, because I'm not.
Things were way tougher before magic. Now with a bit of glue and glitter, anything is possible. Or should I say, Unifying.
Right. So it has to be. It totally has to be tied. Yeah. Anyone that was loose, I nabbed.
Back at it? Are you ready to herd some more?
Sign me up.
We need to herd the bunnies. I know this one we only got like
3, 2, 1, go!
we only got 2 stars on this one because I didn't know what to do here. $145.
Play.
So I'm messing with your to see if I can make them louder. Oh, your ears. They're maxed out without the audiologist. Ah, hopefully you didn't break them, redneck. $212. We just charge him out there. Come on, you. These little bunnies are just driving me nuts. Oh, that was like a perfect run there. Come here, you. Out you go. Like vamoose, you little varmints. Oh wow, I just totally screwed that one up. Did it count? $35. All right.
Play.
So we need another 23. So which? No, we need a, well, yeah, 23. All right, so I think so they are tied to the mini game. So the question is, which ones did I not do well on? So that's the question now. I just gotta find all the mini games and tackle them again.
WINGS stands for the Wonderful Institute of No Gravity Skywalking. Cool, huh?
Yeah, it's cool.
Play.
Okay, 90. Okay, we have all the ones on Main Street. I mean, at least it gives us a counter to actually go back and find this stuff.
Play.
530. Okay, so there are 7 loose ones here. So if there's 7 here, but where?
I hope you fly better than the last one. He kept falling into the ocean. Huh.
Horns and feathers. You gotta watch out for those.
See, clearly he didn't learn his lesson.
Woohoo!
Oh, there's 3. Okay, these were actual loose ones. All right.
Play.
So we have them all here. The butterfly is leading me along somewhere. Where is it leading me to?
Want to soar into the sky again?
Try not to fall this time.
I didn't fall the first time.
Three, two, one, go!
Unless they're looking for a perfect. But I got the 3 stars on this one. Or 3 crowns. Like fancy flying. Like we're just picking up all the rings. All right, nearly perfect. Alright, I was right. I did get all the ones from that one. So would have been the... So they're either are loose in places that I have not... And I thought I was I was being pretty thorough on exploring too. Unless, of course, the minigames are solid too. Either way, I got all the ones from this area. Yeah, I would just want to be able to do all the things. Uh-oh. Alright, it didn't drop, but...
Play.
Alright, so 19...
Play.
Okay, so these final 13... Ah.
Yeah, bunnies will say the funniest things sometimes.
Will you tell me everything about them, Sheriff Hitch?
Well, sure. And you can just call me Hitch.
Okay. Hitch.
Frey on Hulu, American Family Insurance. Hyundai, Papa John's. Yeah, and it looks like we just are dropping some frames here.
Play.
All right, there are 4. Okay, the final 16 are in this area. All right, but where? So there's 16. But where could these 16 be? Unless they're tabbed, it has to be associated with the crabs. Because we just went around the entire thing and... which is weird.
Do you feel like hurting again?
Let's herd some critters.
Heard some critters, man.
3, 2, 1, go!
Gotta get that herd on. Damn it! One always gets loose. Yeah, getting the pumpkins tossed out gives us... three... Oh, great, I was sending them the wrong way. $427. Come here, you little varmints. $571. All right, wasn't that one? Alright, so...
Cadet Star Scout, welcome back. I see that you're using the high-speed equipment.
Oh, you mean my...
Rollerblades.
Yes, the rollerblades.
Here to try the obstacle course in them?
Sure, why not?
Alright.
3, 2, 1, go!
Ah, damn it. $35.
Not bad, Cadet. You're almost flying already.
Hey! 1936. Wings Cadet. Alicorn status. Trophy earned. I think that's actually the platinum. So, yeah. It ended up being a mini game that totally didn't realize. So which one was... Those, yeah, those seem to match. Yeah, cause the horn and the wings are glowing. All right, so we done it, and we got the platinum on it too. No, we'll take that. We'll take that, and with the bag of chips. Don't you know?
Suspects are multiplying. Maritime Bay is not safe.
Yeah, you know what it is? Sprout is just basically your typical Republican type of character, but there you go. So all in all, it took me what? Plus the interruptions with the stream, but trophies. Yep, we platinum it. So yeah, that's awesome. Apparently most people at this have only played. I'm actually looking at the percentage completion. Only 35%. It's the platinum on this is actually at a 35%. Kind of makes me wonder, because like, okay, it's not a long game. Everything is pretty basic and everything, and pretty well written. Alright, so there you go. So what we'll do, folks, it's only like 9:06, so we'll take a break, and we'll come back and we'll figure out what we're gonna do from here. So I shall return. Oh, come on, not another phase. Can you fucking believe this shit? There's another phase to this battle in which Red has already died half a dozen times. Can you believe it? I can't. Wow, so much stuff happening. Gonna raid. Oh, okay. He's still here for the long run beach. It's a hip.
I don't know if I can do this again, guys. Right. Good, it's getting faster, you guys. Stop doing what?
Okay.
Hey, you guys, my back. No, seriously, you guys. Screw you guys.
Okay, that was cute and that was charming in and of itself there. I like.
Try that again in a moment. Probably threw grenades at him or something nonsensical, but let me just keep throwing Reggie. He'll recharge in a second.
Hey, don't hold back, assholes. Well, deterrence on his side. Oh, shit. Got him.
Oh, you got him. Reggie's chasing somebody. Oh, he's coming back for me. There we go.
Reggie's like, you sent me all the way over there. Well, there's a counter. RBI number 29.
Slider, look out. That's dangerous up there.
You don't want to throw it near the head. Ooh.
Deep to left field.
You can put it on the bud. Yes.
That'll extend this lead even further. Yeah, man, Young will be the batter. He doubled his last time.
Joe Young, is he mighty? Oy vey. I think that answers my question. You know, that ain't Barry Bonds, because Bonds ain't a switch.
I said before, Kurt Hennig can do it all. He's great. Just great.
Nicely done. That was good. Hennig, he's on fire.
All right.
How great.
Hook the leg.
Against Bret Hart in
Up, over, bridge the back. 1, 2, 3. Perfect win. Well, shit. It's just a jump to the left. And a step to the right. Put your hands on your hips. You bring your knees in tight. And with the pelvic thrust, it drives you insane. Let's do the time warp again. Random. Check out this fish. That fish has seen some shit, man. It's petrified. It's like, is that a Klingon? Oh my god. I'm gonna be dinner. Get me out of this bowl. Ha! There we go. And we screwed it up again. We screwed it up again on the exact same part too.
Breaking ball swung on and missed. It's 0-1. Oh, pulled the string on that one and had him way out front. Stepped in the bucket. He swings and hits this one foul.
Oh boy. Get it in there as Diva.
Oh my god.
Time to read my APN.
I kind of how they can.
Arrow?
What the hell just happened? And because it was awesome. Not ideal by any stretch of the imagination. Damn it, I was back all this time. It's like I was talking. I forgot to unmute the mic. Is there a manually way to like check for update? Compare to download. It's like, okay, will we be able to play it? That's what we're waiting on here. Like, we're waiting. Alright. There we go. What was it? Linking to servers? Satellites at Nassau clicking on. Jeez. I'm not even kidding on this, so we might be waiting a bit here. That's just basically downloading the whole damn game again. That is just weird and excessive here. My question is this now, is like, are the updates and stuff, like, how the hell is it a 36 gig update? Because they only added an additional character. Oh well. So we're waiting for it to update. Well, this is awkward here, so I guess we'll switch this to just chatting for now. So let's at the very least reflect that that change there. Because yeah, it's just weird. Totally weird, man. Oh, you know what? I could just do the smart thing. Cause I wasn't exactly sure how long that My Little Pony game was going to take. But the fact that it's like, do we wait an hour for this thing to download? Because the PS4 is actually one of the only things I have on Wi-Fi. Yeah. Matter of fact, let me just go look that up too. Definitive edition patch notes and everything. Final update. Oh, March. Okay. It's getting a final update that includes tons of content and a major balance patch. Okay, so this goes back to March. I was unaware of this. So it's a full on damn patch of the entire game. Basically, it is replacing the entire game. So anyway, so as we sit here, we're just chatting, we're just filling in time, working on chatting and so forth. Again, hope everybody's had himself a fine Friday. You know what's real funny? I didn't have any issues with my internet, near as I could tell this afternoon, during work. But sure as heck during the stream, we had issues. Like the first half hour of the stream basically got cut off from the remainder. We haven't had a stream reset. Which is good, but man.
Panda! Panda, 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 panda! Panda!
Hey, Panda Sweet, how's it going? Panda! Hopefully you're having a good day. As in case you're wondering, yes, we're waiting for the patch update. What's going on, Panda? Can't complain? No. Really? Well, last night I did Wondrous Tales in Final Fantasy XIV, so depending on if you had or did not have the same ones I did. Did learn I could use doing the Wondrous Tales to basically level boost a character up gradually. So, granted, it gets tougher because the more points needed. Unsync Wondrous Tales. No, I did most of them synced. Matter of fact, there was some on there that I never. Yeah. Here's the problem. Some of them can't be done unsynced. At least not solo. Well, what I had Shiva on extreme and Ifrit on extreme. Those can be done in like less than 2 minutes combined. I had 2 alliance raids. No, one alliance raid that had to do one of the Alexander creator ones. Ads! Panda comes in. Ads! Yeah, and the ad sync is totally off board because we had the stream restart. Verizon, Xbox. Yeah, that's right. Verizon has something associated with Xbox that's like, okay, well. DoorDash. I think that was an achievement in a game I played recently, too. Welcome back, Panda. Now, but I had 1 alliance raid. There were 3 set on extreme that were from Minstrel's Ballad Nidhogg, which is the extreme version of the Nidhogg fight. And then there were 2 more on extreme. I didn't get to do any of those. Had 1 of the Eden ones, the one with all the birds and stuff, which proved to be quite interesting. Couldn't quite remember if you get the purple circle onto you if you stand in front of white, or you stand in front. Yeah, it's like go to the opposite color. I think that's how that works. And also, had to jump into Palace of the Dead, and had to do one of the PvP ones. Which Eden one? It's one with all the birds. It's like a mass of birds, and during certain phases of it, you get like a purple indicator around you or a white indicator, and you have to stand in front of the correct void portal. Otherwise, you get the bird circles. Yes. Yes, these are scientific things. I don't know the names of most of these. Oh yeah. And we also did a bit of fishing. Yeah, opposites. We also fishing, and what else did we do? Because it wasn't a particularly long stream last night. No, no. We also did a run of one of the level 90 dungeons. The one where Meteon, the big bad at the end of Endwalker, is basically you're running through the story, and she's basically narrating the final days of like the 6th, 7th, and 8th calamities or something to that effect. That run was a full of comedy of errors. We had full on wipes on every single on every single boss of that one dungeon. We had a complete wipe. So it's like, and when you respawn, it sends you all the way back, and even it's like a long run. Even with the teleports, it's a long run. Which was funny. Hell, I got I got hit so hard by one of the enemies in it. I actually got disconnected from Final Fantasy 14. The stream was still up. I just got disconnected from Final Fantasy 14, which was just hilarious. Like, what the hell happened? So we're chatting here. We're filling in the blanks. But Panda, did you get a look at the new skins for Overwatch? I rather like the Tracer skin and the Diva skin for the remix. So I thought they looked rather cool. The rest of those skins, I can take it or leave them. I obviously took them because I had more than enough gold. And then it's like loot boxes are going away, so there's going to be a big shift there. Played a few matches. Did you manage to snag any? Keeping. Nope, none. Damn. Well, hopefully we can help with that. Of course, Sunday nights we play Overwatch. Because that Sunday was kind of we had some trash teammates last Sunday. Like things settled down a bit, particularly once we went into the arcade mode. But man, last Sunday was rough. I know frames are dropping here because again we are waiting for this. Of course, that could be something totally unrelated. So I can't totally tell what's happening there. No, I could just put something else up and we can just go browsing on things. Of course, I did a little bit of browsing last night. Found that awesome clip of of Ken Griffey Jr. and Ken Griffey Sr. having a catch before last night's Cubs versus Reds game. Hey, we are like nearly a third of the way through this patch update. So we got that going for us. All right, at least the stream is saying what it's supposed to be here. Of course, what was it? Anne Heche passed away. What a way to go. Although I can safely say I don't think I've ever watched anything that she starred in. At least not off the top of my head. No, but that's what we can do. We'll pop over here. Wrong thing here. Display catcher. Oops. Let's see. Which Anne Heche films have I seen? So we got her filmography up here. Let's go down the line. We'll obviously, I will not have any. Matter of fact, let's go to the bottom. Go to the bottom, work our way up. Another World. There was a soap opera series, which we actually talked. Was a topic of discussion earlier this week. I don't think I've ever seen an episode of that. I do remember seeing episodes of Murphy Brown, but I don't know if I've seen the episode that Anne Heche was in. The Adventures of Huck Finn. Was this the big theatrical film? It was, and I'd never seen that one. Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. So yes, I have seen it. So this. The Scandal of 1920 playing Kate. I definitely would have seen it. As a matter of fact, I have the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles on DVD. So I have seen at least one thing starring Anne Heche, and it's the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. So at least one thing I've seen starring her. Oops. Wait, is the camera flickering? Because I know I. Okay, 960.540. That's exactly what it's supposed to be. Let's see. I'll do anything. No. Kingfish. I actually thought this was I haven't seen it, but I always thought that was a movie released in theaters. No. Haven't seen that one. I Know What You Did Last Summer. I don't think I've seen that. I know I've seen Scream, but I don't know if I've ever seen. I know I haven't. Because the only reason I watched Scream was it was recommended to me, and I had an app it on DVD at the time. 6 Days, 7 Nights. I haven't seen the Psycho remake. I haven't seen, but I was aware of it. Never seen an episode of Ally McBeal. John Q. I did see. I did see John Q. I only saw it once, but I saw it in theaters. So that's two things. I have seen starring Anne Heche. Let's see here. Nip Tuck, the series I've seen. I have But I don't know if I don't recall if it was the specific episodes or not. So what season? Okay, well, what season was this one? And White, Nip, Talk Wiki. Okay, we'll pull that up here. Season 3. Okay, so that's 3 things. Cause I did see season 3 because I have season 3 of Nip Tuck on DVD. Yeah, that was the only way I was watching it. So that's 3 things. And totally blocked it. So those are season 3 episodes. Those 3 episodes I have seen. I don't remember a damn thing about them, but I have seen those. Superman Doomsday I have seen, and she was the voice of Lois Lane, so that's 4 things. What else have I seen starring Anne Heche? Getting a lot more recent, and never watched The Legend of Korra, but I have played the game. Never watched Adventure Time. I should have just switched consoles and just started loaded up multiverses. Now that I think about it, but oh well. Alright, so I've only seen a handful of things and they wouldn't be obvious. So Young Indiana Jones, John Q, Superman Doomsday, and Nip Tuck Season 3. Alright, that's a little over 50% there, So when you think about it, because I don't watch, obviously younger and stuff like that, I will watch TV and a lot more movies and stuff, but it is a weird thing. No, as we're just sitting here chatting, waiting time, the fact that we have are just stalling, like the logic in my head as to all the stuff we could have done here. Like, nope. No, this does give me a thought though. It's like something I have considered doing is like I said, just doing like an inventory catalog of a lot of stuff that I have, just to like document it, create a list and everything. Because I'll give an example here. See, one of the things I've most certainly collected over the years are comic books. And I have several short boxes and one long box full, and I need to grab another one a couple more at some point. Is this right for me? Wow, it did. Oh, damn. Yep. So, well, need to replace that one. But, some issues that I have, like what if Spider-Man's Uncle Ben had lived, which is what if number 46. Uncanny X-Men number 349. What if Rogue possessed the power of Thor? What's this one? Warrior of the Mystic Realms. This is called Hero, issue number 5. Invincible. This is another old one. Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 176. Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 178. So I'm missing 177. Amazing Spider-Man number 548, which is Brand New Day. Spectacular Spider-Man number 159. So yeah, I need to it's not like this box was overloaded either. That's just weird. That is totally weird. I mean, so eventually I'm gonna have to grab me another long box and probably something a little firmer material than that one, because that's a nice little short box. Well, anyway. Of course, tomorrow night's stream I will not have this much of a major delay, because I'm already thinking tomorrow night's stream we'll probably mess around with a variety of different things for sure. ASMR Pringle stream. Yeah. I mean, it's like, thanks for the troll on there, Panda. Again, look at this. Here I just want to show off like some comic books and stuff like that, stuff that I have in my collection. Clearly, that little box is full of Marvel stuff, but I have like another one. I have two short boxes, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I have one long box. Then I got a bunch of loose ones. Here you go, Panda. Damn, baby Panda snatched it. You saw that? Yeah, that's... Poof! It disappeared! It totally disappeared! Of course, anybody else that's wondering is like, why am I don't normally do extended just chatting sessions. Well, we're waiting for an update for Street Fighter V to install. I was unaware of it. I looked like the last update was back in August of last year. No, they snuck in another one. So I was like, really? They snuck in another one? They sure did. But the stream did open, like, the first thing we did, the main event, like, the meat and potatoes of the stream was My Little Pony, A Maritime Adventure, A Maritime Bay Adventure. And for what it was a charming little game. It was a complete chill game. I mean, the replay value certainly isn't there, but we platinumed it. We found all the trophies that end up having to backtrack to find out, like, where the heck is these last little remaining magical bits at? We found them. It was tied to a mini game that I was totally unaware of. But we found it. So it was without question a true highlight. The one thing about it though is, like, I'm glad when I came across it, I found it on sale. When I got the gift cards from my job, and it's like, okay, let's grab something and basically thank my job for it. And what ended up happening is I caught it for a lot cheaper than what it sells at, because that game is short. It is short, beginning and the end. If you're just sticking to the main story, 2 hours, if that. But me, I was off exploring, trying to find stuff, and so it took me a little longer. Thank you, John, for the My Little Pony content. Yeah. I mean, I got my fandom. It's like, it's one of the few things. It's like, all it was, collectathon, a few mini games, a nice little story, and apparently the current season, the new version of My Little Pony that's out there, the new generation, or whatever it is the official title of it is. Something that is apparently racism is a little bit a part of it, because the quote unquote villain in this little game that we played earlier tonight was an Earth pony who didn't want any Pegasuses or any unicorns around. It's like, really? Don't get me wrong, My Little Pony has tackled various issues and stuff like that, particularly during the Friendship is Magic era. But I was not really prepared to actually see that. And it does make me wish at the same time that the game was longer to actually let that story breathe out. As a matter of fact, that's actually, now that I think about it, the game itself kind of plays out like maybe like a 2-part episode. And I'm probably being a little generous with that. Because if it was a movie, because if the plot and the key plot elements were actually shown on television or something, it would maybe be like about 45 minutes in terms of the actual story and whatever little side elements get worked in. And quite honestly, I think they could have worked in some more mini games and stuff like that. But then again, I'm also thinking that this was a game Hasbro has not really done a good job in terms of going out of the way to make video games for many of their properties. They marketed. There were plenty of Barbie video games over the years. Matter of fact, Barbie has had a bunch of video games now that I think about it. Most of them shovelware, but I think Barbie is one of the... Matter of fact, I know this for a fact off the top of my head. Barbie has more video games associated with that brand than G.I. Joe. Keep in mind, Hasbro owns both properties, and one would think, what franchise could Matter of fact, you know what? We'll bring up the web browser once again here. There's the Barbie video games. No, I need an actual list, and I need an actual list, and if I could find it. Okay. All right, and then G.I. Joe. Okay, here we go. Popping over here. Folks, this is the list of G.I. Joe video games. It was like 1983, 85, 87, 88, 91, 92, 92. Alright, so G.I. Joe had video games coming up pretty steadily at a nice clip. I didn't know that Konami did a G.I. Joe game. I was aware of the one on the Nintendo Entertainment System by Capcom, but beyond that, then you got the Rise of Cobra, which came out in correlation with that film in 2009. You had a handful of, we'll count them, a handful of mobile games. And Operation Blackout, which I have, and I am looking forward to actually playing at some point. Not a lot. Clearly, G.I. Joe as a franchise very underrepresented here. And the funny thing is, G.I. Joe has had a number of cartoons. You want to say it's like, well, you had the original, you had the ones cartoons from the 80s, but there was a bunch. I know there was a few in the 90s and a few in the 2000s. So again, kind of surprised G.I. Joe being basically underrepresented here. Barbie, on the other hand, and this is off of the Barbie fan wiki. Well, clearly a lot more. A hell of a lot more. A lot of these were CD-ROM stuff, and we are counting it. But even just looking at this list here, it's like it's just more ads, more ads. Hey, it's nearly done. But think about it. Nature Valley granola bars. Yummy. But when you think about it, Barbie having more video games than G.I. frickin' Joe. It hurts your head when you think too hard. Yeah. Indeed it does, Rooster. Red Bull. How you doing, Rooster? But anyway, as you know, as the title says, as the stream title says, we are waiting for something to update. Specifically, Street Fighter V. We are waiting for it to update. And now it's like, wow, this is going to have to port over 2 streams once we're done for the night. And 23 minutes is separated from the main stream. It's like, really? Well, yeah, it's like, how did we get on this topic here? It was because the first game of the night was My Little Pony. And I was thinking about the Hasbro properties. But yeah, it's like, getting back to it, Hasbro has done a really bad job of marketing marketing the stuff that they own via video games. I mean, they even now own Power Rangers, but there's only been one Power Rangers game released under Hasbro thus far, and that was Battle for the Grid. So I'm hoping Hasbro gets around to like, okay, they're going to start doing stuff, creating games, even if they are cheap games. At least do something with it, because I can have fun. Well, clearly I have fun with the various, with almost any, with, I can have fun with almost anything. There, words. Words are hard. Words are very, very hard. You know what's also hard? Waiting. Waiting is like, if I had any inclination that I would do the what was it? I was going to play Street Fighter 5 because normally I play things in advance, plan things in advance, or at least have something as a backup game. But I wasn't sure how long what I started with was going to be, or how long it would have taken me. It's like, but that'll teach me. It's like, look up, because there is a website actually that's actually called How Long to Beat. Like, how long will it take someone to beat something? And it gives like estimations, rough estimations. And as remember playing a game on Atari, all I remember was a monk bald character who had some kind of electrical powers or mind power. Can't remember what it was. All right. Let's see. Atari video game. Bald character. Electrical powers. I don't remember, it was a monk. Well, couldn't remember either. Bro Panda couldn't be of any help there. But there is a game called The Monk. The Monk Atari. YouTube. Maybe we'll find it here. Unless this was something someone made. Oh no, that was something someone made. Someone made a game called The Monk. So that's not it. Yeah. And nothing I'm seeing is popping up there. The game has this put in this like mind power monk Atari game came up listed as Load Runner. And bring this over here. Panda, not sure if this is what you mean, but it's the closest thing I could find. Wow. Just based off of the description, that's what came up. Although it didn't have that music, I can assure you. Nope, not it. Well, I gave it a shot on finding it, Panda. Like, we gave it a shot. I feel like it had better graphics. One of these days, Panda's gonna go into a retro game shop and go, show me every single game you have on Atari. I'll probably look at every Atari collection imaginable to see if it's there. You know, for a game that was exclusive to the PS4, download complete. Yeah, it's like, what else needs to be downloaded? We just were waiting for like for half an hour. Half an hour plus. That's kind of why I have not played Street Fighter V as often as I probably should have. Because I hated the way it did the update. Is that the updates were like full on 30 gig updates. It's basically reinstalling the entire game. So it is. I'm really hoping Street Fighter 6 will be on which will be on more than one console plus PC. Will not have the ridiculousness because Street Fighter 4 didn't have any issues. Other than the fact that people were pissed that they had to basically pay for a partial upgrade. They're like, we're waiting. Logging into the server. I mean, Street Fighter V, longest load times ever. Also, I want to play as a new character. I think some characters were added. Right.
Story.
All right, so let's see. Are you still check?
You better cherish your family.
All right.
I'd never been hit by my father. That is, until that fateful day.
Well, that's dramatic.
Don't just sit there, Luke! Get your ass up! Run!
I was truly freaked out. He never raised his voice like that at home. He was always a very quiet person.
Always a quiet one.
The shopping mall was packed with bystanders. My father found an IED
Oh.
that was set to explode in the mall. I'm ashamed to tell you that my body was frozen in fear until my father hit me.
Run, Luke! Go now!
What's he talking about?
I started to run like
Well, at least a dramatic
kicked me in
story.
the rear, but behind me, my father was.
Listen! Everyone needs to get away from here now! Move quickly! Run! Run! Run!
It's a bomb.
That's right! Just run! Go!
He essentially caused a panic. And he exploded.
It was terrorists. They told me later, if my father hadn't helped evacuate people, there'd have been a lot more casualties.
His dad was a hero.
I chose a path to fight against terrorism. Joined
With
the
that
army,
haircut?
trained hard, worked hard, fought harder. Although this was how I spent my days, there was still a feeling of emptiness in my heart. Damn it! Freaking damn it!
Looks like you're in a bad mood, soldier.
Huh?
So Luke is the main character of Street Fighter V, excuse me, 6. Not
No
impressed
need
so
to
far.
This is a personal matter, so rank is unimportant. Will you have a match with me?
Yes, I will beat your ass, Colonel Guile.
I've gotta warn you. I won't pull my punches with you, sir.
No problem. Go!
Let's see what we can figure out. All right. 1, 2. All right, he has a deep. All right, he has a dragon punch. All right. Huh. Nothing fancy there, but solid.
Your CEO asked me for my help. He's got a great NCO who's agonizing over his future. I heard you lost your father in a terrorist incident.
And Guile's hair was not messed up at
That's
all.
the reason why I wanted to join the Special Forces.
But now you're thinking about quitting.
Yeah. It's not that I've grown tired of the military.
Son coffee. I get it.
It's been like a family to me. But recently, I've been wondering if this is the fight I'm looking for. Does being a soldier make me stronger? I'm just not sure now.
I see. Losing a skilled fighter like yourself will be a loss for the military.
Well, Guile ain't exactly trying hard.
I've been where you are. And I know people just like you who decided to move on and take their fight elsewhere.
There's this guy named Ryu who walks
I have no
everywhere.
reason to stop anyone who wants to fight on their own terms. You just have to keep on fighting until you're satisfied. Isn't that right? Here's to your father.
Awkward way to clink for cheers.
Fight from this moment on.
I get the.
Until that incident, I thought
I think you get a little understanding there.
my father was just a simple, quiet, and reserved man. But that's not true. I was totally wrong.
You were so wrong, man.
So now, I've decided to fight my own battle.
Yes, we're going to see this image again.
I want to become a man like him.
Not with that haircut. Alright, short. Basically, it's more of a character introduction because I think everybody else had a deeper story of sorts.
DLC ranking. Next up are my brother's suggestions.
Let's see, we got. Falcon Ken. Oh, okay.
Thanks for waiting. Dancing DQ will come out next.
All right.
Thanks for your purchase.
Alrighty.
Arcade. Street Fighter 1.
Street Fighter 1, 2, 3, 4. Ba da 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 da.
Hey, I was waiting for you.
UK.
Supported by Capcom Pro Tour 2022. Watch CPT 2022 for event details. Check out the official webpage, capcomtour.com.
Round one. Fight!
Of course there is. No, it's like, okay, we'll see how getting through the fights. Like, I'm garbage tier. I'm not. ISP issues, Rooster. That that was a straight up interruption there. Yep. So it's like if you see that gradient screen, that means Twitch is just holding the stream in place for connection to reestablish.
Arcade.
Out of the one, the Street Fighter order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they didn't do things in order. Yeah, I had pop over here. I was speaking to one of the Comcast senior technicians before the stream. This was about 5:30. Said they're going to monitor and stuff like that, and they told me do not reset the modem. They're going to do a full monitor on it where it scans things every 10 minutes, and so I can only hope. And any notable issues, basically just to make note of it and